I am recording as I'm okay. Okay, guys. So, if you remember, we have the two notches. This piece. This is all demo. Okay, I'm not making a full complete piece of pattern of everything. So this is the back pattern that you had. That is a bigger piece. I'm going to explain to you how to make gathering for this piece that we are going to fit it into the other pattern. So there is no back stitch. There is no back stitch, and the edge of the foot is right on the edge of the fabric. And you keep sewing. As I said, there is no back stitch, and you go all the way to the other edge, to the other notch, and stop right there. So here we have these loose threads to just pull one of them, the gathering that I need. One side and a little bit on the other side. I kept it. Usually, it should be bigger number when you are doing this step stitch for gatherings. It's usually bigger than 3, but I did this one with the regular that is on 2.5. If you do it bigger, it makes it just easier to gather. I just do it to some certain point and I make sure it's distributed evenly all the way. What I'm going to do next is to attach this piece to the yoke piece. So this is the longer piece for the back pattern, and this other edge is the lower edge that we are going to sew these together. The point about these have 2 layers of the yoke and 1 layer of the back, and it's supposed to go in between these two. So how do I do that? I need to first match these pieces together. So I have from the beginning here, and I pin them. From one side, them to the notch. Other side, this is these two ends, they will be sewn straight. But what I need to do is to make sure this gathering is fitted to this distance between these two. You need to take your time at this step. Do not rush. Just make sure everything is placed nicely, then you can continue to sewing. Now I have these two pieces same length, but here the gathering is more than the other side. Distribute it. When I'm happy with this gathering, what I'm gonna do to bring the other piece of the yoke, pay attention to the direction. This is the longer length of the yoke, and I am bringing it to them together. Right away, move the pin so the pieces don't walk on top of each other. The exact point. It's, don't want them to get stuck to the seam. Other side. Because if you do it now, if you take your time to do it now, it's easier rather than on a stitching and stitching everything. So now here we have three pieces securely pinned together and ready to sew. With that 1 centimeter seam allowance, start with the back stitch, sewing. If you need to pin more to make it more, like keep all of the edges next to each other. When you're done, right away, get rid of all of the loose threads because we lose point on those. And then this is what we have. This is finished look that we want for a sandwich. So, doing the sandwich on this side is the same. We are going to sandwich here on this big piece and the other piece there. That means here, this other piece that we had from the front, this is the demo of the front pattern. It is shortened because we are making the sample. However, before getting there, we need to prepare this piece first. That means we need to sew this piece in a way that we have a nice finishing edge. We need to have this sewn. So from the notches, you remember, we had those notches on the top and on the bottom. So you need to have them folded and to have them pressed nicely, very precisely. First, you go to iron board, you press and make crease lines on these. And then when it's ready, you can and sew it on. Don't forget the back stitches, and then don't forget the loose threads right away. So here we have these pieces ready. Remember, we need to finish everything about the front piece. That's including the pocket. If you sew these pieces all together, then that will be a lot of fabric in the way just to sew one little square to this front piece. So that's the other step that you need to do. When you sew this front, you can sew the patch pocket on top of that and then bring it to here. Okay, imagine at this stage that I have the pocket sewn. Here we have this part ready. And I am going to start attaching these two pieces together. How do I sandwich these? We are going to first to pin to one side. Look at this. Here it is showing a little bit of a triangle. When you put those two together at the distance of 1 centimeter seam allowance, you see this line and the other line, they are crossing. That means that is where you need to start sewing so you don't have anything extra. When you sew the pieces together, it might be a bit farther. That is not correct. Exactly need to meet each other at the distance of 1 centimeter seam allowance. That is the point that you need to start. Starting from there, and then we pin the other side. If you did a good job on matching the patterns and everything, you will have no issues with matching these two sides. In the classic shirts that you are designing, you are sewing on this assignment, that has the same thing of gathering here. So you will do the gathering, you will do the calculations, you will do like all of the distribution and everything, then come to do the sandwich. In this case, I'm showing you different styles. Okay, so what happens here? You first pin these pieces. That was the front pattern. This is the yoke, and we are pinning them together. Is it clear? Question so far? This is the tricky part that you might have some trouble. When you pin these together, these fabrics might get in your way. What I'm doing right there, I am bringing this other side to here. I will show you one by one how it will be done. Right? I'm going to finish this for the recording, but I will show you on the other side how it will be done closely. So here, one more time, it's like the front piece is pinned to here. Then I am going to bring this other side to here. I'm going to sew all these pieces together. So at this point, you might think it is tangled, it is like confusing, but when you just reverse it, when you pull out everything, it will be all correct. So here I have the other layer, one single layer, this other layer, one single layer, and this is the sandwich here in between. You have the body ready to assemble sleeves and other things.